The fairy tale of how the moon searched for friends. Once upon a time, in the vast expanse of the sky, there lived a beautiful and radiant moon. Every night, when darkness spread across the earth, the moon would rise high above, filling the world with a soft, gentle light. The moon wasn't alone in the sky. Around her sparkled thousands of twinkling stars, creating intricate constellations. Despite this, the moon felt a sense of loneliness. Even though she had the company of the stars, she longed for real friends, those she could see, talk to, and share her thoughts with. Every night, the moon would watch the world below. She saw how wolves would gather in packs, how owls sat together in the trees and hooted at each other, and how the foxes moved swiftly through the forest. The animals had each other, and they talked, laughed, and shared the warmth of friendship. The moon, however, was far away, high in the sky, and no one could hear her speak or share in her glow. This made her sad, and she yearned for the connection the creatures on Earth seemed to have with one another. Why can't I have that too? She wondered. I want to be a part of something, to have a friend who sees me and feels my light, who understands my quiet heart. One peaceful evening, the moon made up her mind. She would leave the sky for a while, descend toward the earth, and seek out a friend. The decision filled her with excitement, for she knew that her journey would lead her to discover not only new friends, but perhaps something even more meaningful. As the moon began to descend, she marveled at how beautiful everything looked from this lower perspective. The trees seemed larger, their leaves rustling softly in the evening breeze, the flowers swayed under the cool night air, and the animals below appeared to be living their own little lives, full of wonder and discovery. Maybe I could find a friend here, she thought. Perhaps a rabbit or a squirrel might want to talk to me. Or maybe I can speak to the wise old trees who have seen so much of the world. Soon, the moon saw her first creature, a little hare hopping along, nibbling on some leaves near the bushes. The moon felt an immediate connection to the tiny creature. She gently called out, "Hello, little hare. Would you like to be my friend?" The hare froze in place, his ears twitching at the unfamiliar voice. He looked up at the glowing moon and, startled by her sudden appearance, darted away into the shadows, disappearing into the thick underbrush. The moon was left standing in the quiet forest, surprised and slightly disheartened. She watched the hare run off, her glow dimming a little as she wondered what had gone wrong. Maybe I startled him, she thought. I must be more gentle. Perhaps he's just not ready for a friend. Taking a deep breath, the moon decided to continue her search. She floated further into the forest, the trees now towering over her. The path ahead was filled with mystery and enchantment. As the moon passed through the woods, her light bathed everything it touched, the moss-covered stones, the soft petals of flowers, and the whispering winds that moved the leaves. The air was filled with the scent of pine and earth, and the moon felt more connected to the forest than ever before. As she moved forward, the moon came across an old and wise owl perched upon a branch of an ancient oak tree. The owl had large, round eyes that gleamed in the darkness, and she looked at the moon with curiosity and calm wisdom. "Good evening, dear owl," the moon said softly, trying once again. "Would you like to be my friend?" The owl blinked slowly, her feathers ruffling slightly in the cool night air. She gave the moon a gentle smile and shook her head. "I would love to be your friend, Moon, but my duty is to watch over the forest," the owl explained in her soft, soothing voice. "I must keep an eye on the creatures here and ensure they are safe. But if you wish, I can offer you some advice. You do not need to find a single friend. Instead, you can be a friend to all the creatures who live here in the forest, and they will come to know and love your light." The moon felt a spark of hope. A friend to everyone, she thought. Could that be what I've been searching for all along? The owl continued, "Yes, Moon. You can be the friend who brings light to the darkest of nights. Your glow will guide the lost, the weary, and those who are afraid. Your light will comfort them, and they will come to see you as a friend, though they may not always speak the words." The moon thought about the owl's words. She knew that her light could reach far and wide, lighting up the dark paths of the forest, giving comfort to those who wandered through the night. She realized that her light wasn't just meant for one. It could be for everyone. "I understand now," the moon said with a smile. "I can be a friend by shining brightly for everyone." The moon continued her journey through the forest, meeting more animals along the way. She encountered a curious squirrel scurrying up a tree, a playful fox darting through the bushes, and even a gentle bear wandering through the forest, searching for food. Each of these creatures felt the moon's glow and warmth as she passed by, and they stopped to look up at her, some with awe, others with curiosity. The little fox, noticing the moon's radiant light, ran up to her and spoke. "Moon, we are all your friends here. You light up the forest and show us the way through the darkness. You don't need to look for one friend when you are already the friend of all of us. Your light makes us feel safe and at home." The moon smiled warmly and continued to shine brighter, knowing that she had found her true purpose. She wasn't meant to be a friend to just one person or animal. She was meant to be a light for all who needed it. As the nights went by, the moon's heart grew full with love. She saw how the animals of the forest looked to her for guidance. When they were lost, her light showed them the way. When they were afraid, her soft glow brought them comfort. The forest creatures were no longer strangers to her. They had become her friends, connected to her by the light that illuminated their paths. But the moon didn't stop there. She realized that her light wasn't limited to the forest. She could help not only the animals, but also people. After all, there were villages and towns below, where people lived in houses and dreamed beneath the stars. They, too, needed the moon's glow. So, with a gentle thought, the moon began to shine even brighter, casting her light not only on the forest, but also on the faraway fields, homes, and streets below. She saw children gazing out of their windows at her light, comforted by her glow as they drifted peacefully to sleep. The moon felt a deep sense of happiness. Her purpose was clear now, to be a friend to everyone, to be the gentle light that guided all those in need. The moon knew that she had finally found what she had been searching for. She didn't need to seek out a single friend. She was already the friend of everyone, simply by being herself, by sharing her light and warmth with the world. From that night onward, the moon never felt lonely again. She continued to shine, bright and steady, her light a symbol of friendship, warmth, and hope to all who looked up to her. And whenever you look up at the moon on a quiet night, you will feel her presence, her soft, comforting glow that reminds us all that we are never truly alone. The end.